Tammy from Dillingham Road, Marlborough, New Hampshire. I did send an email to this committee earlier today with my sentiment on this issue. I was unclear as to whether or not this was going to be a decision as to whether the city would want to do a resolution to promote or support decriminalization or legalization, and I wanted to speak about the dramatic differences of those. It seems like there's sort of like a clouding of the issue, and they're totally different things. I wouldn't suggest that the city take any action in this, just writing a resolution to sort of forge in as the people who don't care about people doing drugs, you know, that it's okay for everyone to just do all the drugs that they choose in this town. But I think in terms of the issue between legalization and decriminalization is that generally my understanding in this city is that you're not going to go to jail because you were caught with a small amount of marijuana or a pipe with resin as a first offender, or even maybe a second offender. You're probably going to get it reduced to a violation. You're going to get a small fine, or it will just be pleaded out because you are a first offender. And I think that the folks that are saying that we need to make a stand and legalize marijuana are sort of exacerbating what they say is happening to people when it's not really. The laws are more in tune with dealing with people who are in the business of manufacturing, sale, and distribution. And if there was to be any action taken regarding this committee, I would suggest not even putting on the table the legalization issue, because then you're talking about a substance that clearly, if there's so many things, the gentleman just listed off that there's possession, and something else, that maybe there's an issue with drug use in this town. And that should be something that should be addressed. Maybe through decriminalization, but certainly not through legalization. I would not like to see marijuana signs on billboards, you know, promoting it, and the local shop down the street selling it, and people being able to use it in public arenas. I don't think that's appropriate. In terms of decriminalization, I can understand the premise for decriminalization in terms of the fact that it would basically would still be illegal, and the people that are manufacturing, distributing, and selling the drugs would still, those laws would still remain in place. And what it would basically do is take the individual user, and instead of it being a misdemeanor for possession, it would turn, depending on the amount, it would turn it into a violation. So it wouldn't affect them as much as an actual, it would be a violation, not a crime. I don't see the harm in that, but I think that it might be brought to this committee as an endorsement towards legalization. I think that is sort of a slippery slope, and some people feel that decriminalization will make it easier to legalize. I don't believe that needs to be the case. In Portugal, they've decriminalized, and it's 12 years later, it's not legal, it's just decriminalized, and it's a very different matter. So just to summarize, I think that I can understand a level of tolerance for someone who is an addict and may be in trouble because they have addictive habits. For recreational users, they know it's illegal, so if they use it and they're not wise with their use, they're subject to arrest, and they're subject to fines, and they're subject to possible jail time. But that's already a known factor. So to sort of putting the cart before the horse, if you're going to do something illegal, don't expect not to get in trouble for it. And in terms of decriminalization, I think it's a tolerance level, but the legalization would be, in my perspective, more of an endorsement saying that this community is pro the use of drugs and pro the use of the subculture that comes with that. So I think, you know, I don't see there be any reason for the community to act one way or another on this, but I would strongly suggest against legalization. If you were to do anything, decriminalization makes the most sense.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak? Please.